Bobby D here with Anabela Bacchione. Nice Polish girl, right?
Right.
Anabela and I have been friends for what, about 20 years now?
At least.
It's amazingly how I've still managed to maintain a friendship with you despite how annoying you are. Isn't that incredible?
But a good annoying.
Yeah. Well, you're going to find out how annoying she is, because she is annoying, but she's brilliant. And we're going to talk about children's nutrition today. Now, that's a topic that you feel very passionate about.
Right, I do.
You weren't always nutritionally minded.
No, I was very conventionally minded.
Yeah.
I believed in, giving my children antibiotics every time they had a little sneeze, and we ate a typical standard American diet. The acronym is SAD.
Before you go any further, we only have 10 minutes.
Oh,
right?
okay.
I know you can go on forever,
Okay.
so we only have 10.
Okay.
So I just want to make sure you're aware of that. But go ahead, continue. You're doing
so,
good.
I was very conventional minded, just like everyone else, the typical American. We give our kids cereal in the morning with fat-free milk, and we give our kids Ritz crackers and goldfish because that's a great snack, doesn't have fat in it. And then at lunchtime we give our kid pizza, and we give them Sprite because it doesn't have caffeine like Coke does, or a high C. And dinner time came around, and you try to do a little better, and you give them maybe some corn and a piece of chicken, and you call it a day.
Right.
And really they've been nutritionally void the whole entire day.
Now, before we go further, let's give your background in nutrition, because you were just a dental hygienist,
Right.
a full-time dental hygienist, a full-time mom.
Right.
You became passionate about nutrition because your child had a little setback.
Right.
And
Right.
it engulfed you into the world of nutrition, and because you're passionate about everything you do, you became a freak.
Well, I became a freak and passionate about nutrition because when my daughter became ill, I realized that it wasn't just looking into a drug. The drugs have some part into healing, but that's not how we got there. We got there because we are poisoning our kids every day with the food choices that we make every day, and we're not even aware. No one taught me how to eat. No one told me that anything with high fructose corn syrup is guaranteed to give your kid diabetes or give your kid problems. And no one told me that if I give my kids with red dye number 2 or yellow dye number 3, that I was giving my kids heavy metals and giving them issues with attention deficit or anything. Not that that was an issue with my daughter, but no one told me these things.
Right.
And so when I had to learn this all on my own, through my own knowledge, and when I did, it was like, that's it. This is it. I can't go backwards now. I can't poison my kids every day with the food choices that I thought were the right ones to give them.
And now you are a holistic nutritional
I'm a holistic
therapist.
nutritional therapist. So what I do is I help families like you and I, who really don't know anything about nutrition.
Talk to the audience, not me.
Who don't know anything
Right.
about nutrition. Because the information isn't out there. We're being fooled. We're not being told the whole truth about nutrition, what really to feed our children. And I had to learn that the hard way, and now this is what I'm doing as a profession. I want to go out there and I want to make changes in everybody's everyday lives.
So give us an example of one of the biggest fallacies or the thing that most parents do incorrectly with their children. What's the number one thing that you see?
There's a lot. And I think the number one thing that I would say
Try
is...
not to shake the table because...
Oh, excuse me.
All right, just more advice.
I think the most important thing is to get your children off of soda. I think that's the biggest. It's between soda and taking them off of these gluten products like these Ritz crackers and goldfish. But I think the soda is the worst because of all the ingredients that are in this soda. There's phosphoric acid, which leaches minerals out of your bones every time you drink it. And our minerals are stored in our bones for a reason.
And that's why you're on the subject of minerals. Minerals, and you taught me this. And Dr. Linus Pauling made this statement
Right.
50 years ago, that mineral deficiencies are the number one cause.
That's right, of all illnesses.
I mean, that's his opinion.
No, it's not an opinion. I'm here to tell you it's fact.
We're not allowed to say
Yeah, we're not allowed to, but it is. It is.
Now, minerals. Now, think of it now, because people are very uneducated and ignorant when it comes to minerals. Where do you get minerals from? How?
Well, we're supposed to get our minerals from the soil, from our foods that we eat.
Right.
Those are fruits and vegetables that most people aren't eating.
Right.
If they're eating fruit, they're eating fruit juices, concentrated sugar. They're not really eating fresh fruits and vegetables. And even if you are, like my whole family eats all organic, and our food quality is better when it's all organic because the soils haven't been depleted of all their minerals from the fungicides, pesticides, and herbicides that are being sprayed.
Right.
But the deficiency comes from minerals because the soil has been so depleted of the natural minerals from the constant bombardment of the fungicides, pesticides, herbicides that literally kill everything in the soil.
Everybody is basically mineral deficient.
Everybody. If everybody asks
how
me,
do you replenish the deficiency?
you have to take minerals, and there's different forms of minerals. You want to get plant-based minerals as best as you can. But if there was a choice between a vitamin or a mineral, you have to take the mineral. Because without minerals, you're not absorbing vitamins anyway.
Right.
And really, mineral deficiency is really the foundation of how our bodies break down.
Now, you mentioned vitamins.
Right.
A lot of people, a lot of mothers believe in the little tablets, the chewables,
Right.
and we don't want to mention names.
No, we don't want to mention names. Right.
But they think that they give my child that and everything's fine. Is that true?
No, it really isn't, because really what they're more void of is minerals, and number two is those vitamins that we're not going to mention. A lot of them have, if you look at the other ingredients, you'll see a huge list of other ingredients, and part of those other ingredients are those food colorings that have those heavy metals and so forth. There's a lot of sugar in them. If you're going to give your kid vitamins and minerals, you want to give them vitamins and minerals, not these tag-alongs that are very toxic to the body, and that's what we're giving our children every day.
Right.
But it doesn't substitute still supplying a healthy diet to the child. You still need to give them fruits and vegetables and clean foods. And what I mean by clean foods is organic foods, foods that don't have pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, animals that are raised clean and humanely. Because don't forget, our animals are being fed these toxic foods also, and then we're eating them. So when you hear the word, you need to eat clean foods, that's what that means.
Biggest challenge today for parents is they live a busy lifestyle.
Right.
You are an example. Your
Right.
husband is self-employed, runs
Right.
a business, has to be there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You are a full-time hygienist, and you're now
Right. And I do
pursuing
nutritional
this
therapy.
career,
Right.
and you're a full-time mom, and you cook every day.
Right. I cook 3 meals a day for my kids.
If you were single, this would be a good show. There'd be a lot of guys like.
But I'm not. I'm happily married.
Kevin's here, so we have to say that. We can't.
No, it's true. But yes, we're all very busy,
So how do you?
You make it a priority. That's it. There's no magic.
But the parents are going to say, "Oh, that's great," because people are going to watch this and be cynical. That's the way we are in
That's
America.
right.
They're going to say, how do I get my kid? Is there a simpler way to make sure they're at least getting, some of the nutrition that they need? Oh, my kid won't eat anything. He won't. So what do? They just
Right. Well, you have to supplement them. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have to supplement them.
And what can happen if you do? Like what? And we only have a couple minutes. What bad thing can happen if they're vitamin, mineral deficient as they grow? What's some of the bad things?
Osteoporosis. That's a guarantee if you're drinking soda anyway. Our teenage children are now at the point where they have the highest osteoporosis rate that's going on right now because of the amount of soda, and not just soda, the Gatorades and the fruit drinks that there's so much sugar in them. But osteoporosis, heart issues, because your heart needs so many B vitamins and minerals to function, because it's a muscle, so it needs a lot of minerals to function. So you're talking heart disease, diabetes. You name it. Just about every chronic illness that's out there is inevitable if the diet doesn't change and they're not supplemented with minerals and proper vitamins.
Right.
Clean, good vitamins.
Wow.
That's just inevitable. And statistically, I read this, and I do believe this, and I've read this more than one place, that we will outlive, our generation will outlive our children.
It's incredible. Because
that's how deficient they are, and that's how poor our diets are, and our food chain is just,
we got 30 seconds, so we got to wrap it up. This is Anabela. You're going to have a website soon?
Yeah,
and we'll let you know.
Thank you.
Bobby D, Anabela Bacchione.
Right.
Peace.